Mark Mobius is the Executive Chairman of Templeton Asset Management. Mark, always a pleasure to speak to you. Thank you for joining us on Midcap Mantra with Ashu Dutt. Mark, what's your position? Would you go with Guggenheim if they offered the right price, or do you believe that Sun Pharma should make a counter offer and perhaps buy your stake? I mean, what is your position on your stake in Taro?
Well, it's all a matter of price. Obviously, what's happening is that the conditions at Taro are improving dramatically as they are able to continue to get the accounts in order. As you know, the accounts were missing for a number of years. Now they gradually get those in order. Meanwhile, the condition of the company's sales is apparently improving. So the price is moving up. In other words, the company is worth more. Guggenheim apparently is working on behalf of the Taro owners, Taro controllers. So it looks like they are now realizing that the company is worth a heck of a lot more than what they sold it for, and therefore want to close the impasse. Mm-hmm. Also, the case pending in Israel probably is coming closer to conclusion, and there's probably a good chance that Taro management will lose that case. Mm-hmm. So they want to make sure that, before that happens, they are able to buy back the shares from Sun.
Right. So, Mark, you're of course a very important element in this entire battle. First of all, what is your view, given that your own analysis, what do you think should be the correct price per share of Taro? And what do you think this will finally end up? Because, Sun could make a counter offer to buy up your stake, or Guggenheim could come to you and say, look, I'm ready to pay you, let's say $30, sell it to me. And you're an investment manager at the end of the day. For a correct price, I'm sure you would look at an exit. What would be that correct price, or do you have anything in mind?
Very, very difficult. Obviously, we have in mind much higher than the current price at 13 something. We think that it's worth more than that, but how much more is a big question mark, because we haven't seen the audited accounts for the latest audited accounts. So that is the big question mark, because our thinking is that there's been a dramatic improvement in the company, but that hasn't been fully revealed. Mm-hmm. So that's what we have to wait for. But if you look at it just from a technical viewpoint, the company is definitely on the uptrend, and there are tremendous gaps in the price at a much, much higher level. So it remains to be seen. Once we get those accounts, then we can really decide, what kind of pricing we're talking about.
So, Mark, would it be correct to say at least that for the right price, Templeton would be happy to sell off its stakes for the right price? I mean, that there is no emotional attachment to stay in Taro forever.
Absolutely. That's exactly what we've been battling for all this time, for a fair price, and we would be happy to sell to, whoever is going to give us that fair price.
Right. Mark, let me ask you this. Taro's management has been stalling for quite some time. It's been like pulling teeth, even getting, their results out. I remember speaking to you about 6 to 7 months ago. As we stand right now, for some management that is as smart as that, why would they use Guggenheim to make an offer? Because that would send clear signals that things are improving inside. Is it possible that they're basically trying to test the waters and see whether you or Sun may leave? And do you think that Sun at some point may increase the bid and try to buy you out? Or have they actually offered to buy your stake out?
No, Sun has not offered to buy our stake out. So we'd have to wait until they decide to make an offer. But my guess is that Guggenheim, as an advisor, has probably sat down with Taro management and looked at the case, looked at the chances of winning, et cetera, and probably tell them, look, the best thing is for you to make an offer to buy out Sun so that you end this case, because if you lose, of course, then you're selling out at a much lower price. My guess is that probably is the scenario, but again, I have no way of knowing that.
Mm-hmm. Mark, since we have you on air, may I just digress from Taro and ask you, what do you make out of the fall in global stock prices, especially markets like China? And do you expect things to recover soon, or do you think we may have some more pain to go?
I think we are going to see recovery. When is the big question mark, but as I mentioned a while back, I remember talking with you about a year ago, in this bull market, this emerging market bull market, we had to expect a good correction of at least 20%, and we've seen that in a number of places already. I don't think we're entering into a bear market. I don't see that. But we are certainly going through this correction. And with the money supply still at high levels, and with the general situation in emerging markets from a macroeconomic point of view being very good, I don't see a prolonged bear market taking place. I think we will see recovery and very good conditions in these markets.